Well, hey there, this is Jerry, and I'm bringing you another episode of What's Broke today. I'm going to separate out trailer light install on this bent trailer because I was having a video that's going to be excessively long of fixing all the bent stuff. So let's get some lights put on. Okay, well, I was getting started on trailer wiring, and I'm going to set my little tripod because nothing fits real good, but that'll work for now. But you know, of course, he brought me a whole light kit, so I took my ground wire and I actually extended it, added about, I don't know, 15 or 16 inches. And I take this split wire loom and put over it to protect it, and then I took and held it up here at the front and then worked my way back to the back of the tongue. And when I got to where it would have exited the tongue, I put some tape. And now we're going to, since I know this is roughly where it's going to come out the back, I'm actually going to go underneath and do some work, because without opening the door, I can't put the tongue on because it'll stick out under the door. So we'll take a break and I'll reposition everything. All right, now getting underneath the trailer, needless to say, not the first time I put lights on this trailer, and I'm just going to go ahead and, since I'm redoing it, I'm going to just remove all the old wire, because I got all brand new. And some of this old wire, I used just regular wire staples to hold it up, along with, I made some. And this is just, I don't know, HVAC strapping with, that I've cut and then run the wires through a piece of rubber hose to protect it. And I'm just going to loosen the screws on the strapping and the hose, because I'm going to reuse that. Because I don't have to loosen it much before I can pull the wires through. Everybody's lucky he run a screw down through the floor and didn't hit his wires. Of course, we got a zip tie right there, which I'll just cut it. And I'm going to finish pulling out all this old wire, then I'll turn the camera back on when I get to routing new. I got all my old wire removed. I'm just going to take my new wire and start feeding it through. Oh. Well, that works out all right. Get the hose off there. Because these hoses, I split them, so. And see, my tape here is where it's supposed to come out of the tongue up here, where it tilts. And then I've got this split here to go for the little amber lights. So I'm going to keep just a little bit of the green extra. And we'll pull that back. Get our piece of hose around. What I did the first time was, just wrap that around and then put the screw through there and then screw it up into the floor. And then my ground wire is going to go on that bolt right there. Let's see. Yeah, see that one I can get back up through there. That, and then we know we're going to come back here and we're going to end up right there with the zip tie, and we know yellow is left. So we'll just take our yellow and feed up through there, through the hose, which is one wire feeding through the hose goes a lot smoother than two. That. And of course, green goes to the right. All right. Now let's go. I'll grab my zip tie real quick. These wire staples actually work really good for this. Gonna tighten up screws. Okay. Now I'm going to continue that as I work my way out toward each light, and then I'll be back in a couple. Yeah, where the amber lights used to be mounted up here on the front, he always knocked them off. So I'm going to move them back here. They'll be a little more protected, and you can still see them. Plus I can run the wire around the back and down through the hole. That way when he puts his plywood on the inside here for his walls, it should, hopefully won't knock them off. I just got to drill new holes. What I did is I held this here and measured the height so I keep the wire up above here so it didn't have to come up and over. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm going to hook the lights up, and here's where the original they had bolted up here, which is out, down and out farther. Well, I previously had moved the holes up and in, so it's a little tighter, so it helps them last a little longer, but we'll just have to see if they if he can make it a month without knocking them off, and then Also clean the rust off so that when I bolt them up, I get a good ground, because these ground through these mounting bolts. And I still got to hunt up, figure out where one of these new nuts went, because the cat was playing on the trailer and found them and was fascinated by them, so they got batted around and I don't know where they went. But the cats had a good time, or I guess the one cat, Ash, was playing with them. So yeah, so we'll tighten it down. And of course, I know I put the light with the yellow wire on the left because yellow has an L in it, so I know it's left. And I'll just take this and cut it. Oh, get my pocket knife out. Take my pocket knife and split the two. Like so, and then I'll strip off about, 3/8 to half an inch insulation. And then of course, take our brown wire, which is tail lights. And I twist the wires together and I actually fold them over, because otherwise it makes them take up more room in this crimp. I'll push it up in, or attempt to. Go ahead and do the yellow one, because as I move around, I hit it, I flare it out. But oh, I can't get that one up in there. And needed to slide up in that metal tube that's in there, and it wasn't wanting to. I can crimp that, and then I'll come up here and pliers on that and get that one ready, and like so. And these butt connectors are the shrink wrap type, so they shrink, and they also help seal out water, so that hopefully these connections won't corrode. Okay, then when I get done, that's what they look like. And I'm just going to pull these underneath and pull them back, and then add another staple probably. But main thing is just, so they're not dangling too bad, sticking out there. I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side, where I'll have the green and a brown wire, and then we'll take some of this that we cut off, the excess, and do our those front corner lights. We're getting toward the tail end, and I got to wire up these little side marker lights. So I took the excess tail light wire and hooked to the little lights, and then here where I left this extra wire here, I'm just going to take and very carefully, that battery went dead. Let's move my light. And I want to cut the insulation off without cutting wires. It would help if my knife was a little sharper, but I'll just gradually shave some off. If I get down and see copper wire, I'll very carefully cut a circle around and it'd almost be easier to just cut it in half and probably twist it together, but end up peeling that insulation back and cut it off. And basically I'm just going to fold that in half and kind of twist it together. Now I'll take this butt splice and slide up over that. And I'll crimp it. And that gives me one half. Then I'll take my wire and bring it across. I figure I need about that much. Brush the bottom of the trailer and I drop dirt in my face. So I'll strip that one. And then I'll reach across and get the other one, and I'll need about yay much. Now, cut and strip it. And then I bring in here. Twist them together, and of course I'll do the little fold over again. And we'll get our crimpers on here. I almost need safety glasses when I'm under here instead of my regular glasses. And we'll push those up in there and crimp. And get them secured. Then we can take our shrink wrap and this lighter's about done. Almost out of butane. Oh. Got cats jumping on the back of the trailer. It's kind of a little nerve-wracking when you're laying under here. And, yeah. Gotta get another lighter, but I'll shrink wrap that some more. And then we'll start over here by the light and just bring the wire underneath, and I'll just staple it up to the wood across there. I'll move some stuff out of the way. I'll slide over here and do the same thing. And these are galvanized staples, so they actually hold up pretty good. think. I run them through the tongue. I think I'll pull these through. Oh, I might be out of staples. Nope. Okay. Now I just need to get my tongue installed and run the wires up through the tongue. But I got everything, I believe, hooked up on for the lights. Now I can take my pigtail here and I'm going to put my ground, hang it on here, and then we're going to do tail lights. And I got tail lights. Then we're going to go left turn, and then right turn. Alright, then back to tail. Alright, so, of course my battery's still hot. Last but not least, I gotta feed the wires through the tongue. And temporarily I'm gonna use a hitch pin to attach the tongue to the trailer. And I've still gotta weld this bracket on that the lock for the tilt. So I'm gonna get all that set up and put together, and yeah, we're basically done with our trailer. Well, I was gonna say, as you can see, I got the trailer lights on, got them working good. That trailer's already down the road, so I just appreciate you watching this episode, and just stay tuned for no telling what else you're gonna see on What's Broke Today. Thank you.